Welcome to Pro Bricky exclusive YouTube channel with Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, otherwise known as Pro Bricky. If you haven't already, subscribe, ring the bell. If you like the video, like, comment, and share. And let's see what's going on today, guys.
Here in January of 2021. He ended up leaving in June of 2021, and I was off social media for a solid year, maybe a little bit more, before he left and then after he left. And so during that time, I was kind of a hermit. Like, I worked, I'd started a new job, and I was working all the time. Again, I wasn't on social
I want
media.
to say, guys, what happened to the guy that banged her? This is what a lot of Sheilas don't realise. They get ran through and kicked off the carousel, kicked into the curb, and then lie there scratching their head going, well, how did that happen? These people that really don't get to the bottom of resolve, it's just where they end up. They just end up with no one.
Maybe only talked to like 2 people about anything that had happened. And those 2 people were people who already knew what was going on. And so coming back onto social media and just knowing that people heard, I just wanted to validate that what you heard was true and take ownership and say, I fucked up, and not something I'm proud of. It's not something that I would have ever imagined that I would have done, but it happened. It is what it is. Now that he is remarried and happy, and that's great, I feel like I can finally start to forgive myself, which is like the weirdest.
Do you know what? The husband's happy and moved on. That had absolutely nothing to do with her. Nothing whatsoever. He kicked her to the curb. This is the damage that they do to themselves. Again, I stress, it all comes back to underlying issues that haven't been resolved. Do not be on the end of these people who just will not and fail to fix things that need to be settled for the relationship to power on. I've had women that I've never had a fight with powering on in the relationship, and they will not fix the silliest of things, and you got to let them go. It's as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. That's it. It's all you can do. Don't wait till they ruin your life and wreck things up because they're weak and got no backbone, because they will.
This thing is because when you do something that hurts someone else, forgiving yourself for it is really, really difficult. And that's what.
And this is the thing too. It's better to walk away from potential trouble than to wait till some sort of carnage, like your missus getting fucked in the ass by another bloke or something like that. Why wait for that if you can see it coming? When you get to this age, you should have the wisdom and maturity to know if there's signs of trouble, confront it, and if it ain't going to be fixed, if you want to give it an amount of mercy, you do that. But other than that, you got to get out, because the pressure of that unresolved is going to cause this person to mess up.
These videos are for, other than just clearing anything up with people who may have known or do know or whatever. It's for anyone who's ever tried to forgive themselves after doing something that they're really, really disappointed in themselves for. Not all cheaters or people who have cheated are disappointed in themselves. I think a lot of people just resolve to tear the other person down or make excuses, which has not been my MO on this. But that's what's going on. Happy Friday, everybody.
She's lost, man. She's
All right.
completely lost. And this is the damage that they do to themselves. DG. Will she find a way out? We don't know. Well, we're giving her a run for her money anyway. Righto, what do you got, Lauren?
Marriage does not fix your problems. It highlights them.
It sure fucking does. It sure does. But that's fantastic, because guess what? If your problems are highlighted, what can you do? You can either fix them or ignore them. If you're with someone that ignores them, kick them to the curb, guys. They're going to bring trouble. And that's what happened to Lauren. She had an affair. She just said, it brings the problems to the forefront. Gives you two choices. You either fix them or you fuck somebody else. She chose to fuck somebody else and she lost the marriage.
One of the most awkward questions for me that my ex and I used to get was that whenever we told people that we met in high school, technically we met in high school, is they'd be like, oh my gosh, high school sweethearts. And it was like, no, because we weren't high school sweethearts. We were hookup buddies, which, since I'm sharing all the other shameful things about my life, this is definitely something I'm not proud of. For about 12 years, 10 to 12 years, that's all we were. Couldn't even call us friends. We just...
So this guy used to come around and bang her. That's right, I remember now. And then he'd get other women and dump her. And then he'd come around and bang her, and then he'd get other women and dump her. And it's an interesting story, actually. I can see how it ended up in an affair. She had so much fucking spite and resentment towards this bloke because he'd come round and bang her and psych her up and then dump her and run off with somebody else and then come back again and bang her and dump her. And in the end, she's married him and gone, I'll get you, cunt, and had an affair.
Just hooked up in between all of his relationships. Why didn't you guys date? I don't know. I don't know why he didn't want to date me.
Because he didn't like her enough. That's why he didn't like her enough.
But I loved him, like, so much. I would have dated him in a heartbeat at any point in those 12 years.
No, I just laid there and got banged by him instead. And that's what they do with the Chad. They let him come in and out and in. And they're trouble, man, these ones.
So when I say there's a lot of history in this, there's a lot of history. Most of it shameful on my part because it's totally embarrassing to be someone's hookup buddy for that long. But
she was just a hookup, but she had a plan. If I can marry this guy, I'll get him back.
He's the only person who ever had that kind of access to me, who ever had that kind of power over me. I lost my virginity to him in high school, and I always attributed it to that. But maybe don't marry the guy that you just hooked up with for over a decade that never wanted to date you.
Yeah, she had a lot of scorn towards this guy, and it come back to bite him in the end. He ended up marrying her, and she had an affair, and he had to kick her to the curb anyway. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. This is Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist, on the Pro Bricky exclusive channel, otherwise known as Pro Bricky. We'll catch you on the next one.